Today we're shooting live on location in my good friend Ryan's garage, showing you how to remove the body off your project car at home using a 2-post lift. We're also going to talk about some of the do's and don'ts when raising a body using jack and jack stands like the first time that I did this. And we're also going to do a speak on the topic and talk about some viewer mail that I received for the channel. So all that and more on this episode. Stay tuned. Okay everyone, so what you just saw in the time lapse is something that you're going to have to think about at home when you go to do this. It's really simple, really basic. You need to disconnect anything that's going to hook the body to the chassis. So that would be ground, electrical wires, obviously steering linkage, that's a big one. And then if you have your transmission and gas pedal and all those things still hooked up, of course you're going to have to unhook all that. But like I said, it's pretty straightforward. Just make sure all that stuff's disconnected before you try to raise the body off the frame, whether you're using a 2-post lift or using jack and jack stands at home. Okay, so safety first, make sure everything's disconnected. Okay, something I want to let everybody know, when you're putting the arms underneath the car, I chose to go underneath the rockers because I'm not actually lifting the frame with the body, I'm just lifting the body itself. So keep that in mind when you're watching this at home. I am not lifting the frame, I'm just lifting up by the rockers, which is exactly how I did it the first time when I pulled the body a long time ago in one of those very early videos. All right, folks, so here it is. This is what it's all about. I couldn't do this without my good buddy Ryan and him blessing me, letting me use his lift, but this is a necessary part of the project to make progress and move forward. I've got to get this body off the frame. And I know a lot of you have said in the past, or made comments like, oh my God, you've got it back on the frame. Why would you take it back off? That's, you're taking 2 steps backwards, blah, blah, blah. I understand where you're coming from, but I can't leave this like this. And I sure as hell can't leave the frame like that. I've got some sheet metal repair I've got to do. As you can see, my body mount there is Bluetooth. So I've got to replace all the trunk pan, and you guys have seen in the previous videos, I've got all that sheet metal. But I'm also going to be replacing the rest of that front floor. So having it off the frame is going to help a lot. Plus, it'll give me a chance to finish up the welding and doing all the last little things I need to do to this frame before I break it down for paint and get all that ready. So again, you guys saw in the first video series that I ever did where I lifted this body off the frame, I did it all by myself. And I want to caution everybody who's watching this right now, if you're thinking about lifting a body off the frame, do yourself a favor, do me a favor, do your friends, your family a favor, get some help when you do it. Find a buddy, call a friend, somebody to come over. Make sure you got 2 jacks, okay? Don't do it with just one like I did. Have 2 and have plenty of people around if you're not using a lift, okay? And I'm not trying to discourage anybody from not using a lift because obviously it's possible. I was able to do that in the very early beginning of this project, but again, there's nothing wrong with that. Just be safe. Don't make the same mistake I did. Get a buddy, get a friend, and have somebody help you. 2 jacks, have plenty of 4x4s laying around, and just be really safe. So what I'm showing you though is pretty basic stuff that will apply not only for doing this with a lift, but also doing this with 2 jacks. So just keep that in mind. All right, so next step, we're rolling the frame out. My good friend's gracious enough to take this in his truck and trailer for me. So we're gonna be moving the frame out. And then if you remember some episodes back, probably 3 or 4, maybe 6 months ago, I don't remember, I built a body cart. So I'm finally gonna get a chance to use that body cart, and we're gonna mock it up and see how everything fits on the body and get that ready to bolt down. All right, so let me set you back up and we'll get back at it. Okay, so something else we also did off camera, which you're not seeing, is but before we raised the body up to that height that you see now, we kind of did, quote unquote, the shake test to make sure that that thing was secure as could be. You can also ratchet strap the body down to the lift. And then as you see now, we're putting the frame in the trailer. And I know it's backwards, but we were fighting a rainstorm coming in and we just wanted to get it in the trailer because I didn't have to trailer it very far to get back home. And then next, you see me putting the ratchet straps around everything. I tend to go into an X pattern. That's how I was taught to tow things, and it's always served me well. And I know some guys might disagree with that, but you have to consider it's pulling in two different directions, front and back. And of course, we ended up moving the wheel chocks a little bit so we could get those straps nice and tight. And everything, we got home safe, so everything was good to go. So just a heads up when it comes to towing. Okay, so we're all loaded up and we're getting ready to head over to the house. We're gonna drop off the frame. Oh my God, is it humid outside. But anyways, we'll set you up when we get back to the house and we'll show the unloading of the frame. So here we go. Oh God.
Steer!
Maybe turn. There we go. Straighten the wheel, Jason. Oh. There we go. Alright, we gotta slow down so I can grab a hold and not kill myself on the spinner. Okay.
You better pray nobody turns onto the street.
They can wait. We'll find another way.
There's a car coming, so you know.
All right, hang on, guys. Let me change trucks. Okay, everyone, so we're back in Ryan's shop. What you guys just saw was a really long time lapse. And sorry about the time lapses. It's just with what we're doing, we're trying to beat some rain because we got some storms coming in. So it was go, 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 and time lapse are the best I got. But earlier I mentioned that we were going to talk about, speak on a topic, plus I had some mail that's come in. So let's go ahead and get to that now. The first one's going to be from Shooter Chief, and I will tag him right here. You can look for it on the screen. Check him out. He does amazing photography, and he shoots videos, and he does all kinds of stuff. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Shooter, but I believe you're out of the Miami-Dade area, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, he makes amazing, he takes pictures at the shows, he makes posters, t-shirts, all kinds of things, so check him out. But what I did get from him that I had ordered, and it's a little late now, but we're just now getting to it, is a 2024 calendar of some of his work. And this guy does absolutely amazing photography. I got a chance to meet him in Louisville. Very nice guy, very humble guy about what he does and his eye and his ability to see things that a lot of people don't see when shooting photography. So shout out to you, Shooter Chief. Thank you so much for this calendar. I'm gonna love displaying it in the garage. And if you would like your very own calendar, be sure to check out, again, Shooter Chief right here. Here's the link. Check him out and get yourself a calendar, get yourself a t-shirt or a poster. So thank you for that. Okay, so the next piece of mail that we got is going to be from Hog One Media. So if you're on Instagram, I think he's on Facebook, and most certainly I think he's on YouTube. Hog One Media does street photography, filming out there in the LA area. He, again, just like Shooter, he's got an amazing eye, does amazing things with his camera, and gets angles and stuff that you normally wouldn't get to see. He does art, and he does photography art that he takes to like galleries and those kinds of things. So I actually ordered a custom piece from him. So I'll go ahead and open up that now and show you what I got. Be sure to check out his link to Instagram, be right here, and give him a follow. And if you want something like this, be sure to hit him up and he will get you one in the mail. So what I've got here, and I'll show you guys a close-up picture of this. I'll do a little cutaway here. So Hog One printed this on canvas for me. This is a photo that he shot himself. I believe that's a 58 and maybe a 56 or 57 in the background, but it's black and white on canvas. And the big thing about this is, you know, he's a street photography guy, so supporting these guys who are out there getting these kinds of images. It's an honor to have this, Hog, so thank you so much for this. I'm going to frame this and display it in the garage, and looks like he even signed it for me. So again, be sure to check him out at the link below, and give him a like, give him a follow, and support these artists who are doing these things within lowriding. Okay, so last but not least is this episode's Speak On It topic, which is actually a really simple and short one. I've got the opportunity, blessed with the opportunity to go to the Louisville Lowrider Magazine show, and then Ryan and I just returned from the Chicago Original Lowrider show, which again was another smash hit. I think that show has grown beyond everybody's expectations. It was a really good time, as was Louisville. That was an amazing, amazing event. You guys have probably seen the videos that I made about that show, and doing these kinds of things with the channel and getting out there, I'm starting to realize that it's not necessarily so much the show or the cars, it's the people. It's the people that I love to meet and get to talk to and network with and do all these things and just share stories and talk about our love of these cars and the culture and the lifestyle of what lowriding is. And something else I noticed at both events is, you know, you get to meet people. It might be the first time or even the second time you've met somebody, but you meet a lot of people in this lifestyle that are business professionals, doctors, lawyers, and just 9 to 5 working guys like us who are doing this thing at home and building our cars and for the love of what we're doing. And it's pretty cool to get to meet those people and be in that environment with them. So everyone that was involved with Louisville, everyone that was involved with Chicago, fantastic time. My hat's off to you guys. That's a lot of work that you're putting in, and I can't wait for the next events to go to where you guys are going to be setting up. So with that being said, the next event that I will be heading to will be, I think it's going to be, is it Indiana or those dudes?
Good Times, Indiana.
Good.
June 15th.
There you go, Good Times, Indiana. So Gym City Welding will be there. My buddy Ryan will probably be with me. We'll be hanging out, and we can't wait to go to that event. I've never personally been there, but talking to some of the guys within Good Times Car Club and meeting those guys, I'm really looking forward to it. And then at the end of the month, June 22nd?
June 22nd.
June 22nd, Louisville, Kentucky, Those Dudes Car Show. Gonna have an amazing hop going on. If you know anything with Those Dudes guys, they always put on a good hop. As is, there will be a hop at Good Times, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there'll be a hop at Good Times. So if that's your thing and you're all about the hopping cars, you definitely need to check these events out. If you're in Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, tri-state area, be sure to check them out and support everyone that's doing these events. As much as we love the big shows, we got to remember that there's people that do picnics and car events all the time, and we got to support those folks as well. So Gym City Welding will be there, and I look forward to meeting all of you and seeing all of you at those events. And last but not least, a quick shout out to Cadillac Dan and Max. I had a great time meeting Cadillac Dan in Louisville. I didn't get a lot of time to show that on the channel just because it was so much, you know, go, busy. But getting to meet Dan and his wife, amazing folks, amazing people. I hope to see them again in the future. And going with Max to Chicago, getting to spend some time with him. Great guy. We had a blast with Max. Fun time. So be sure to check out both of those guys on their social medias. I'll put their names down below. Make sure you give them a shout, give them a like, and tell them that Gym City Welding sent you. So that's going to conclude this episode. Thank you for tuning in. The next episode, what you should see is the body cart going on the 64, and then we're going to be getting the 64 back to my place. and finish that floor pan, finish that rocker pan. So all of you that are asking questions about floor pans, stick with me and we're gonna go into detail about that, because now that the frame's gone, I've got all the room in the world to work. So it's gonna flow really nicely. So hang in there with me, stick around and check out the next episode of Gym City Welding. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you on the next episode. That's that. One take, baby.